to be doing a divine feminine ancestral line wound discovery, meaning we're going to go dive deep and find what it is, what's going on with that, and then how to integrate it. Okay, the vision I received was that there is a wounding in the feminine energy that sits inside the womb and is somehow a disconnect between the physical embodiment of self and the spiritual self, which is in this line caused endometriosis as well as endometrium cancer. Yes. And that is 3 generations, within 3 generations forward and back.
3 generations or 4?
Oh, was it 4? It could be 4. We're going to dive deep and find out what's going on here. Universe, can you tell me about this wound? I'd like you to tell me about this wound. We have the unseen with the judge, which to me feels like the way this hand is reaching out, stop at the unseen, to me means a stop to one's connection to spirit, to intuition, to that wisdom of the line. It is 4 generations. Ooh, and 4, order, structure, discipline, step-by-step actions. 4 is about legacies. So this is a legacy having to do with the queen and her creator energy. And the masks. The masks that keep us separate and hidden from within ourselves. And that then is mirrored and projected back out into the world. I am a mirror. I am not safe. Or I have a mask. It's not safe to be me. It's not safe to show up as me. And so I have to hide. Right? And this has to do with putting a stop to receiving spiritual knowledge, spiritual wisdom, or to accessing the deep layers of the subconscious and unconscious. Because you and I have been talking about the linking between the unconscious and the subconscious through channeling, right? And through receiving that connection to yourself, remembering your dreams, having signs, symbols, and synchronicities that you play with the universe that mirrors it back to you. So that is creation. That is you being connected to the divine inside yourself. But it's hidden. But you're at a threshold to make a really, really big change with the mystic. Being able to see into the underworld and create powerful changes by being strong, centered, and grounded with the stone. Okay. Can you tell me, what is this ancestral wound coming from? Or do you want to know more about it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can you tell me how this looks, how it embodies, how that is happening in this physical world? Okay, that's the 11th house, freedom, associations, your circle of friends. So it's the kind of people you're calling in, the kind of people you have around you. How free are you and the people around you? You have a lot of freedom yourself. Intuition to protect attitudes from the past and resulting from a history. This is in Cancer. So freedom and Cancer. One more. Okay, we have the 11th house, we have Cancer, and we have the first house. The first house is you, how you are with yourself. The 11th house is, again, like your circle of friends, right? The people around you, and then also how you go out and relate or give into the world. There are stories being told about how the hands are tied. The hands are tied. The hands are tied. Meaning, like, oh, well, that's just your dad and that's just how he does it. The angry man, right? The angry father. I feel like for some reason that there's a disempowerment around the angry father, or around, it's not just the father, it's around speaking the truth. Oh, well, I can't. Oh, well, I can't. Well, why can't you? Oh, because that makes me feel uncomfortable, or I don't like it, or that person won't receive it, or allowing people to bully you because you're afraid to stand up for yourself, because you would rather avoid it than confront the uncomfortable bullying. And that isn't about not wanting to face it. It's about not having tools and knowing how to face these things. Right? And so for some, this shows up because it wants to talk about the past. And Cancer is about the nurturing. It's about intuition. It's the mother of the zodiac. And so this is women not feeling free, not feeling connected, and then not going and doing things their way, how they like. And if they do that, it often can look like taking that, well, selfishly, in ways that cause harm, because they don't take up space enough for themselves in other ways that they have to
compensate.
Tell me a little more about this.
Is this a pattern in the family?
Yes, yes. 4 hands. I don't know if this only originates 4 back, but 4 is very symbolic here. I think Cancer is also the 4th house.
Oh, wow.
If we're starting at Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer. 4. And this has to do with how you show up. First house is you, personality. So this has to do with how they show up. And it has to do with a holding on to a disempowerment from the past. And it's been passed down because remember, while your mother was growing inside her mother, you were growing inside your mother as her eggs, because every woman, every child is born, female child is born with all of her eggs. And so that is a lineage being passed on. So that, I don't know if it originated at 4, but 4. That's 3 4s so far since we started this reading.
Wow.
3 4s is about a long-standing legacy. Once you hit 3s and then head into 4, we start going into legacy energy. And so you're a cycle breaker. You're breaking this cycle by standing up and saying, you know what? Not another day am I going to do this like this. This doesn't feel good. I don't even know what it is, but I know it doesn't feel good. Can you tell me?
Snaps of the things that I'm going on in my relationship and
This is how it works. This is how we learn our lessons.
in the classroom.
This is about we have, you're already doing it with share your voice in reverse with play.
Share my voice
In reverse. This isn't share your voice. This is of this lineage. What's going on here? We don't tell the truth. We're hiding ourselves.
Yep.
We are not telling the truth. Oh, we're having fun. Oh, we're already on the path doing the things, but we're not going to tell we're not going to tell ourselves. We're not going to talk about it. We're not going to collaborate. We're not going to, I'm just going to be over here in my lack, or in my separateness, and not collaborate. And then this is the loneliness. This is where the loneliness and the sadness comes in, because I'm alone. One of the things you said to me that you witnessed about me was my sense of community. And you're like, I really want that. Yeah, because you're playing out something that's not even yours and not having a community. Hear that confirmation? Also, thank you for this. This is a dream coming true for me. I wanted to do a live tarot reading of someone and share this with people to see what it actually looks like when you're getting a session by me, And like, you're providing that for so many people. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Also, It makes sense because you are such an exuberant, chipper, outgoing person. You love to have fun and to enjoy. You work with littles. You do all kinds of things that are just profound, fun, interesting energy, right? I always tell you have lots of fairy energy. It's fun. It's mischievous. It's playful, right? And so that's something your heritage, your lineage does well. But what we don't do well is talk about,
Talk about the things.
yeah, you guys like to sit in hermitage, in solitude, alone, which isn't bad, but not balanced. This isn't balanced. And basically, you've taken on in this lineage, in your family line, you have all taken on this isolation that is completely unnecessary and it's self driven. So, what is that about? What's that about?
And how do I break that?
Oh, you break it by actively standing for community and creating that for yourself, which you've already done. We were just talking about the other day about what a profound inner circle you have. You already are doing that. And you consistently reach out and create that for yourself. And that's a new level and standard. So do we want to be more direct and say, how is this true for you? Or do you want to just keep digging into the line and what it is?
Both.
Both. Okay. Okay. Tell me about this share your voice universe. In reverse. So y'all are some worry warts about it.
Oh yeah, my grandma's the epitome of worriness.
Okay, this has to do with the struggle with faith and adequate energy to meet a challenge.
Wait, sorry, energy.
Yeah, energies to meet the challenge. There's not enough there's an inadequacy in energy. And get it out into the world. So there's some kind of something that's stuck that has to do with that created an unwillingness to get out into the world, to share, to express your desires and wants. Like, since we've come into each other's lives, something I encourage you to do all the time is be like, hey, universe, put the call out. You want something, ask for it. You can have it. Universe will bring it to you. And the more you ask, pretty soon you'll ask all the time for all the things, and you'll forget that you've asked. And then it's like a present. It's like Christmas. You're like, oh, hey, what's this? Oh my gosh, that's right. I wanted that. But you already forgot and moved on, because that's the lack of attachment to it. And then it just pops into your reality all over the place. And so right now you're learning how to use your voice to bring what you want. That's priestess energy. So this is about, in your your maternal line, we don't have faith. We worry. And we think the worst thing's going to happen. We don't have energy to confront the dragons or the demons because we're so drained all the time. This feels like mental health. This also feels like constant conflict because it's Mars. I do not have energy for conflict. So maybe you come from a highly sensitive line who just doesn't know how to manage their feelings, which is something playing out as a pattern in your realm.
So interesting when you say the worry piece, because my grandma, that's the thing. When we would talk about, oh, grandma's always worrying. Grandma, worry.
Yeah.
Worry. So interesting. I don't think I've ever met a person who worries more than my grandma. And then when Bryson would call it out about me being a worry wart,
That's trust and faith.
and I say, well, I get that from my grandma.
You took it on. Is that you? How many grandmas back is it?
That's a good question.
Is that your own self? I mean, yesterday I channeled a message from my Nana that she was her own great grandmother. Great grandmother. And that's why she had such attachment to her grandma.
I see.
And such resentment about, when people didn't treat her well. Because that's her baby.
Yeah.
And then she became her grandma's baby. And my Nana, when she passed, it was devastating. That is so indicative of the soul deep bond. When you travel many lifetimes with someone, when you have a very close connection to them, to be separate from them like that is Let me tell you, I had to take a 2-year break because of my dad dying, and it changed me. For the good, too. But it's devastating when you have such a soul deep bond. And my dad and I had over 15 lifetimes that I could count as him being my dad. Yeah, and so when we have those really tight bonds, it's very impactful. Very impactful. And so I'm wondering, the way that you are so connected to your grandmother, if there's a link there, why are you so connected? Because you can ignore all kinds of other people. You know? It's where the connection or the annoyance is like, where is that trigger coming from and why? What's going on with that? What is this? That's the holding that space for ourselves and like being quiet so we can examine ourselves. And also, you and I've talked about this a lot, creating a safe space for yourself to be wrong. And for that not to be the end of the world. That's, to me personally, that has taken a lot of healing to get there. And I still miss the mark sometimes. But can I hold that space for myself a lot more? Yep. And I can hold that space for others too. It's okay to be wrong. That's good. It means you're trying. It means you're showing up. It means you're taking chances. You're making mistakes. It's messy. It's uncomfortable. Maybe that's some of where your family line has been struggling. It's like we don't take chances, we don't make mistakes, and we don't get messy because we can't handle that. Because this has to do double faith, trust and faith. Have faith in it and don't worry. Trauma is what takes us from our divinely guided, like our divine order self, right? Because when we don't have a bunch of trauma, we listen to ourselves, we hear ourselves, because nothing disfragmented us or disconnected us in that way. And so what it seems like is something happened and then it got integrated in, and then it's just been passed. And probably people have interrupted it along the way, because that's what always happens. Everybody, chips into it to help break it down. But not trusting when now is the time. Not trusting yourself. North Node, and then we have in Aries. This is something we've been healing this last year. I think we shifted poles now into from Aries and Libra into Pisces and what's the opposite of Pisces? I forgot.
Virgo.
Is it?
My mom's a Virgo.
Okay, Virgo. I'm a Virgo rising and a Virgo Venus.
I got no Virgo.
No Virgo? You weren't looking to be detailed like that. Or Gemini? Do you have any Gemini? Yeah, no communication. I wonder if that's what you're working on, if you don't have it in your chart on purpose. We do these things.
Interesting.
I have very little air in my chart.
I have, my Mercury is Pisces.
Mercury is communication, and it's in Pisces, which is dreamy and idealistic but very wise and healing, but very artsy, creative. I feel like you came in to change this, because it's like, now I got to get it out into the world. I feel this pull in your line where you're like, no, but why is this happening? I got to make these changes. I want these changes. How do I make them for myself now? Do you feel like this has been answered enough? Do you understand this? Or would you like to dive deeper?
I would like to dive deeper.
Okay. We're going to get into these. Actually, what would you like to know more about?
I would like to know more about how it came about and how do I disrupt it? How do I get rid of it?
Okay, so we're going to ask where the seed is.
Yeah.
Where's the seed, Uni? Light it up like 4th July.
Oh, I just had another question.
Let's hold on to it.
Okay. Wow, those are really powerful cards. Oh my goodness.
Okay. We have Destroyer with Liberator, with Exorcist, and King. So we know
Jesus.
this is over masculine energy, the protector provider, whether in ourselves or someone else. This is about something that needed to shift and needed to change. Something went boom. This volcano, for whatever reason, I was super drawn to the big boom of the volcano. Not the words, but the volcano. So something went boom. It was time to make a change, to free oneself, and it didn't work out right. Let me see. Let me make sure. Light this up, universe. What didn't work out right? Oh, we went through a big death transformation and it was time for a new beginning. We followed our intuition and I think it went wrong. Okay, because we have discernment with transformation. We were looking at a situation and we said, this is not working. This isn't it, like you're in right now. This is not it. I don't know yet what is it, but I know this is not it. And I am moving to transform, to remove the illusions, the things that I am not seeing clearly. To a new beginning with a death of transformation. So something happened. All the sirens.
I know.
I love that they're one of my signs. And they just show up. I want to know, though, what was the illusion? So this is all over big changes, which makes sense. Because when it came time to make a big change, you sat back and you started asking your friends, what changed? What do you see? What are you witnessing? So there's some kind of detachment from yourself where you're not seeing what you see. Mm-hmm. And you're like, what are you guys seeing? I would like to know what you're seeing. Mm-hmm. So this is something to do with thinking that you don't already see it clear. You do see it clear. So something happened where somebody in the line, and where this started 4 generations back, said my intuition is wrong. But is your intuition wrong? Or did you just not see it? See the change? Or, you know what it feels like? An unwillingness to be patient and allow it to unfold. Push, rush, try to make it happen. And then what happens? You know what happens when you try to rush it or force it. What happens? It falls apart. Because it's not meant to be. Because if you had to force it, it was never meant to be yours like that in the first place. Doesn't mean it wasn't meant to be yours, but that wasn't the right method to have it. And so, you hear those sirens again? That's what it feels like. It feels like I had the right idea. It feels like I was listening to my intuition. I saw it, but then I didn't trust and I got scared. Another horn. And then I went and tried to make it happen. I tried to control it and I tried to be the one deciding how it happens. And then it all falls. And then in that, I believe that I'm not connected to myself. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm seeing.
What this is. Interesting.
I don't know. It's like the full energy of it isn't being revealed, is how I feel. But maybe it's not meant to be.
Yeah.
Or maybe there's a story somewhere that you're going to get. Spirit sometimes doesn't reveal things on purpose. Because either it's not, like I just am not able to access that information, or it's not ready to be shared. Because there's a reason I'm being blocked from it. Because I feel like I keep dancing around it, and I don't know why. I want to know exactly what's this illusion. Let's light that up. We're gonna go to a faithful. Oh, faithful. Tell me about this illusion, universe. What was this illusion? I'm right. They went half-cocked. They tried to force it. You can't force it. It never works out when you force it. Instead of trusting and sitting back, and it has to do with the masculine energy, the giving energy. That's what it is, friend. That's what it is.
Okay, tell me.
That's what it is.
Explain it.
Okay. There was a really big change that happened. Like similar to what you're kind of facing in yourself. It's time for a change. This, what has been going on, is not working for me, and I'm not up for it anymore. This person saw that, took the transformation just like you did, and then once the transformation happens, you see clearly, you see all the writing on the wall that you did not see before, right? This person was like, sweet, change, let's do it, I'm ready, make a new beginning. Here comes the death and transformation. Then it's happening, right? You're going through it, but they go half-cocked from here. They say, it's not happening fast enough. It's not happening how I want. I don't trust that I'm going to get what I want, that it's going to work out. So I'm going to go make it work out. Right in their face. And we were talking about how, like, how that happened kind of in your situation, right? Because we weren't all being fully honest about where we were at and what we could do with what we had, right?
Which situation?
Right? No, I'm not ready for that. Or no, we're not ready for that. To, well, I'm going to go do it because I'm ready for that. To,
oh, yeah,
now, and where are we going to go from here?
It's so interesting because I'm thinking 4 generations back, women didn't have as much, like,
Power?
yeah.
Well,
I'm curious what the situation looked like and what it was about.
I can try again.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm basically getting all the energy of what it looks like, but
Sure.
not necessarily the specific situation.
Yeah.
But it is over not having faith in our masculine energy and then going to do to make it happen. Making it happen doesn't work.
Yeah.
But it does take a long time to figure that out if you were not taught that.
That's true.
Like, I just barely figured that out in my 30s. Because I also was taught to go make it happen.
Yeah.
That's what you do. Especially if you grow up in poverty or with single moms. Like, we make shit happen because we got to make shit happen. Otherwise, it's not going to happen.
That's right.
But that creates a belief system. It's not going to happen. And so, therefore, it doesn't happen. Because your belief system says it can't happen.
Right. Okay. These are beautiful cards.
Aren't they? Okay. Tell me about the illusions. What were the illusions in this? Or what were we asking?
Oh, I was curious about more specifics, and you said you could try, but you're not sure if you're going to be able to get it. And then I had another question. I'm trying to remember what that question
We're going to use this deck. It's a Lenormand deck. Okay. Tell me the situation. Maybe I was using the wrong cards. I love my oracle cards. This is about a mature man with a commitment and a marriage.
Oh.
With somebody who lied. There's the mask.
Uh-huh.
With a wealthy man and the mature woman. With high honor over unexpected income. Did somebody cheat? Or did somebody marry somebody who was a big fat liar? Said they were wealthy? Said they were mature? Had great honor but don't?
Interesting. Could be.
Came into money.
My grandma, and I don't know all the specifics, but what I kind of understand generally is that when she was digging into her heritage, she was very bottled up about, she didn't want to talk about her. She didn't want to talk about her past. You only get little breadcrumbs of it. And then toward the end of her life, all of her kids were pressuring her, like, we don't know and we have a right to know. Please reveal some information for us. And so my grandma was, okay, that makes sense, whatever, I'll go along with it. So my aunt did some deep dive research, and she discovered that my grandma was born out of
wedlock?
From a man who was a congressperson.
A wealthy man. A wealthy man. with money. There was a lot of money involved. Somebody gave money for your grandma maybe to be taken care of or something.
Sure. She did go to private all-girls school.
Oh, dude, you're making my hair stand up. High honor. So did the mature woman have high honor and take this child in?
I don't know anything about my great-grandma.
Was she adopted? Is that what we're saying? She went to an all-girls school. Did this wealthy man stay in her life?
No.
She was raised by another man.
Mm-hmm.
Angry dad?
Mm-hmm.
Or a scared mom?
Or both.
Or both. Mom cheated? Mom cheated. Right?
Oh, maybe, yeah. Could be.
We have a mature man with a marriage with a false person.
Yeah, maybe my great-grandma cheated.
I feel like she told him high integrity is with her. So either she was pregnant and
then got married with
and
him?
then got married,
Uh-huh.
or I feel like she was paid off. I feel
Could've
like
been.
there was like a stipend or a bunch of money that was for this child and to keep the secret.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is that then so you can't be yourself? Can't tell the truth? Is that where it got locked, or one of the ways it got locked in? You can't tell.
Sure,
That's
yeah.
2 generations or 3 back for you. You're the 4th generation?
It was my grandma was the baby. So this would be my great-grandma.
So that's 3 back. Wait.
4.
Yeah.
I would be the 4th.
Oh, this is the seed then. This is where it happened. This is what it's over. She had to hide her identity.
Mm-hmm.
We just needed to hit these cards. These cards had a lot more detail for us.
Fuck. We're getting all the tea.
All the tea. It can work like that.
Damn.
Okay.
I'm curious where her spirit is now.
Free somewhere. Created imprisonment.
Mm. Damn.
It created a sense of death, a sense of imprisonment and detachment from who oneself really is.
That would make a lot of sense.
And then you can't trust yourself, you can't believe in yourself, or you can't be yourself freely. Because that can get interpreted by each soul in the lineage differently, right? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So for her, it looked like this. But then what does it look like for her children? Their children, and then their children. Each one of you does that your own way. But still the core seed is the same.
Yep.
Okay. Now you want to know about integration. Death was the gift because it meant freedom.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
It's like I feel bad or dirty or wrong for being me, but she didn't do anything bad or wrong, and neither did the mom. She just got wooed in by a wealthy man. Probably he's a congressman, so probably a charismatic, schmoozy, pretty man with fancy clothes and a fancy life.
Yeah.
And it seems she's pretty young.
And she probably was like, oh, this could be my life.
Maybe something along these lines in some way. Doesn't feel like cheating. High integrity is there.
Well, she probably got swayed.
Maybe, probably. But also, yeah, I don't know, high integrity. And this mature man, was the man she married an older man?
I don't know.
You don't know. Because she obviously married and had a bunch of kids.
She had my grandma. I don't think she had any other kids.
Oh, your grandma just had kids.
My grandma had 4 kids.
4 again.
4,
that's the third. 4.
My grandma had an aunt, and she never had kids, and I wear her ring.
Oh. Are you following that line?
I don't know.
I wonder if that's where your genetic line comes from. And I wonder if you were your great-grandma or your great-great-grandma. Or great-great-great. second grade to third grade, somewhere in there. Is that, I don't know. This is very curious. Now you got me wondering all kinds of things. This is over the main female and her lovers. What years were these? Do you know? Was this 40s? 30s?
Well, my grandma was born in 39.
Dang. Nice. I felt that. Nice. Makes me wonder if that was your last lifetime.
If I was my grandma's mom.
Mm-hmm. Or her mom.
Mm-hmm.
But that you're so closely linked to this. I don't know, though. It could, I'm just curious. I'm very, very curious. It makes me wonder.
I'm also very curious.
Wonder about it. Because I don't know that the cards can just, like, confirm that for us in that way. It could, but...
Mm-hmm.
All right. You want to go to the next thing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you want to know how to integrate this?
Yes. Yeah, how do I heal this?
We dive deep, bam.
Mm-hmm. I'm so grateful for my aunt doing all that digging to find all those pieces.
Is that the ant from the ring?
No, that's my...
Oh, different.
Yeah, and my aunt did not tell me. I found this in writing.
This is the secrets.
Yeah.
This is the not telling, this is not sharing your voice, not telling the story.
Yep.
How is anybody supposed to learn from you if you don't tell the story?
Yep.
Which was hence the foundation of this, right? If you tell the story and you're willing to share, somebody else can glean something from your experiences.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's why my grandma, when my mom was pregnant, my grandma told my mom that she needs to get an abortion, and if she's not going to get an abortion, then she needs to marry this man.
Interesting belief systems here.
Mm-hmm.
Did your mom marry him?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And then had my brother.
Mm.
She said she was too far along.
Is this your dad?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. All those men that hang around her wanting her energy but don't give to her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, back up. Those are those boundary things. Okay, how to heal and integrate this. I feel like this part's going to be fun. This is about healing, integrating yourself, nurturing, loving yourself, making space for your voice. You're already doing all the things. Feels like, at least. Okay, universe. Integration. Light it up like 4th of July. How did it integrate this cycle for her? Interesting. I want to know context with it.
That sounds like something broke, and as I was reading the word break.
That's the ending of a cycle. When something drops or breaks like that, makes a loud crash, it's the ending of a cycle. You broke something by your thought process or your belief system or where you aligned. It's like, don't be there for all the people. Be there for yourself. We have the Pillar of Light in reverse with Break the Chain. I feel like, I don't know why I feel this way. Doesn't matter. I feel like don't be there for everybody. Be there for you. Don't show up in all the ways that our ancestral women have by caretaking everyone else and not caretaking yourself. Caretake yourself. Make yourself the priority. Yes. That can be looked at as cold-hearted or self-centered, but you know what? You have every right to it. You do not have any dependents. You are not married. You have no children.
Well, and if you don't take care of you,
how are you going to take care of anybody else?
Remember that story I told you when I was at the hospital and I was washing my hands and then it all hit me? If I don't take care of me, I can't show up for my patients. I have to fill my cup up first.
I am turning these back, right? But They have certain meanings in reverse on purpose in a certain message, but the overall message, I'm going to switch them all forward because it goes forward overall. But don't be there for everybody. Be there for you. Make you the priority. Show up for you. Do not put anyone else's happiness above your own. Our women have been doing that for generations, and we are not doing that like that anymore. Break the chain. Choose. Choose to rewrite the future. Choose to rewrite the past by being a different version of you, and then that heals it. Helps heal it and align it. You don't have to live that life anymore. It doesn't have to be the choice. And then just say yes to yourself. Just say yes. Take leaps of faith. I took this as, because it's facing you and the arrow is facing to me, it feels like take the leap of faith, but decenter other people, their thoughts, their opinions. Like, you know, I love to give you my opinions. I got all kinds of thoughts and opinions, but like sit with yourself before you hear me, before you hear Dessa, before you hear Anil. What are your thoughts on this? How do you think? Just jot down, I feel pink, and write down pink. It's your language with you. Just express yourself so you start getting into the habit of thinking of you and your need and what you feel first, because you've been taught to look to others to reflect back to you what you should do. That's common. We do that. I do that too. We all do that. It's the calibration to learn how to look at yourself and to not need somebody else to validate it for you. It's always nice to be celebrated and supported, but to hear your voice first and then see who lines up with that. And then literally what lights you up, and devotion to self. Devotion to your inner temple, to being deeply connected to self, because this is what heals the pattern.
What's that one?
Starseed, what lights you up, what gets you excited.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to turn these like this because walk into your power by filling yourself with your own energy. Do you remember how I taught you to pull the gold in? Do that. Stand out in the sun, pull that energy down into your body, all the way down through to your toes and back into the earth. And feel that. You see how she's doing that? Do that for yourself. You can do it with rainbows. You can do it with light prisms. You can do it with sparkles. You can do whatever you want. I just like the gold energy. That's me. This power up allows you to break the chains. Do you see how you going through you accomplishing, breaking that cycle in the spring allowed you to have this glow up this summer? And now you looked at things through your glow up in a different way. And you're like, wait a second, this is not working for me. That is breaking the illusion. That is you breaking the chain and rewriting the future, because you're like, no, I'm not going to live like this. This is not the projection I want anymore. No, thank you. And then saying yes to yourself, and yes to the leaps of faith that allow you to become more of yourself. It's not literally jumping off a cliff or doing anything like that. It's getting connected to you. It's when you feel called to say, you know what? No, thank you. Or, what is that over there? You did a lot of that, doing a lot of that. And that's beautiful. And then Sisterhood of the Rose is about beauty and devotion. The priestic, the mystic, the teacher. It's being connected to yourself, being devoted to yourself. And then your sisters who want to help you do that, who are doing that themselves and want to band together with you. Spiritual, astral, physical, all the things. And then following what comes. Following what comes. What lights you up, what gets you excited, and taking that action in those directions. That's how you break this cycle, which you're literally doing already. So tune into yourself, be devoted to yourself, and trust that this is all happening for you and with you, and it's your collaboration. Your collaboration makes it even easier. Yep. Does that make sense? Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Would you like to continue this for the rest of your session, or just this part?
What else could we know?
What else did you want to talk about? You asked me about a few different things. You asked me about Luna. You asked me, oh gosh, the other day you were like, this is going to be my next reading. You always tell me that. And then I'm like, yeah. And then I don't remember what you said.
Oh, we talked about Grandpa.
Oh.
But also, I could stand to learn a bit more about my dad's side.
You want to know about the lessons, the gifts from him? Oh, isn't it? We were talking about this the other day, that the first daughter takes the father's karma, the first son takes the mother's karma. But we still integrate because we get our history, our wisdom, our knowledge, our ancestral wisdom from our mother. And we get our karma from our father. Would you like to know what, like, his line, what archetypes you got from his line? Yes, patriarchal line? Okay. Okay, I want to let you know we are about 46 minutes in.
Okay.
Okay, an hour, about 13 minutes. If you want to go beyond that, I'm okay with that. But it's up to you, okay?
Okay.
Okay, father line, universe. Light it up, father line. Father line. What did she get? What are the gifts, the talents, the skills, the DNA, the challenges? Light it up like 4th of July. We want to know. We want to know, father line.
I feel like that really tracks.
Would you like to jump to a new one? So it's 2 different videos?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for joining us, guys. Cheers.
Do you mind if I go potty real quick?
Not